Hello. Today I would like to start with a topic that's been of great interest and benefit to me, moving the center of consciousness from the head down into the heart center. It's easy to understand why most people consider the head as the de facto or default place for the consciousness to reside. We have the eyes and the ears for pulling in information from our environment. We have the brain in the head to process this information. And we have our mouths so that the ego mind can explain what we're seeing, what it means to us in an egoic, personal way. The idea of seating the conscious awareness in the heart center is not new. I was first introduced to the concept while living in Hawaii. Many of the older Hawaiians lived in their heart center, and they were able to build and maintain contacts with nature and people very easily and maintain these much better. They viewed the exploitation of nature, the land, and other people as a sickness caused by the consciousness being seated in the head. Also, Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharshi mentions in his writing, "Who am I?" A quote from page 20, "When the mind that is subtle goes out through the brain and the sense organs, the gross names and forms appear. When it, the mind, stays in the heart, the names and forms disappear, and the self that is ever present shines forth." From the quote, we can see that when the consciousness is seated in the head, the eyes and ears take in the information from the world around us, which the world around us is also known as Maya, and the I, which is the source of all thoughts, that is the ego mind. And the ego mind depends on the patterns that it has formed and stored in the body to interpret what the incoming information means to the egoic self personally. This is how two people can view the same event and come away with two completely different views of what just happened, based on two different ego minds and two different sets of internalized traumatic patterns. However, moving the consciousness to the heart, living with the heart mind, when the mind stays in the heart, the egoic I and the thoughts will go. The thoughts are the products of the patterns that the ego mind has created and trapped and stored in the physical body. The self which shines forth in the quote is understood to be the pure being awareness, witnessing and non-judgmental, free from ego. For those of us who have strongly desired to quiet the egoic mind, the endless inner chatter and commentary, those who long for inner peace and quiet, might have wondered, who starts this inner commentary and who's the intended audience when I, the conscious I, wants this inner chatter to stop? Well, I would like to put forth that the source of the endless inner chatter is the egoic mind, based in the head. And the intended audience, those are the patterns that the ego mind has trapped in the physical body. Now, neurolinguistic programming teaches that the ego mind forms these patterns to interpret the information coming in from our environment, to tell us what it means, and uses the pattern's interpretation of external events to reinforce these patterns and to shape our realities. The ego mind forms these patterns between the time that we're in the womb and about 7 years of age. The system was helpful when we were hunters and gatherers. A quick decision could save your life from a wild beast. However, ego mind thinking is not so useful today and a source of great stress. The endless inner chatter is a way that the ego mind preaches to the choir of the patterns that the ego mind has stuck in the tissues of the body. So we can see that living with the conscious awareness in what is known as the heart mind is the first step in eliminating the endless inner chatter and commentary from the ego mind. Now, in a few weeks, I'll put together some techniques in a video like this that you can use to seat your conscious awareness in your heart center so that you too can enjoy a peaceful, quiet inner landscape. Until then, let all be well in your life. Trust and transform.